Time to see what the wizards are up to.
Hey everyone, happy Tuesday, and we have a lot of exciting stuff to share today. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about our weekly giveaway, and then Rob is going to talk about our Hero Realms app that we've been working on that everyone always asks about every week. We have a few things to show you. We're really excited. We're also going to share a piece of art from one of the new characters from our upcoming Hero Realms Kickstarter, which is awesome and beautiful. And we also this week finalized a promo card, a new promo card for the Dice Tower Kickstarter that I'm excited about. So we're going to show that off too at the end.
All kinds of new toys.
So our giveaways, so we started doing a weekly giveaway here. They are worldwide. Yep. You know, we know everyone's at home pretty much and they need more games. So this past week, congratulations to our winner, Victor I'm not sure if I'll pronounce this right, Arujo. And he won a copy of Sorcerer. And every week we'll be giving away one of our games or some other prize, maybe promo cards. This week we have a new giveaway for Epic Duels. I'm personally super excited about Epic Duels. This is our new starter set. So for people that are newer to trading card style games or new to Epic, or maybe they tried the original Epic and they're like, I'm not quite sure how all the rules work. This is a starter set. It has simplified. It has a fewer keywords in it, which is really cool because it's less to like figure out when you get started. And then what I'm most excited about in this particular game, there is a quick start guide which goes turn by turn through a full game, and I've gone through it. I actually was part of the playtesters on it, and Brennan Noonan worked on this, and it's a super fun game, and it explains it's for 2 players, what each player is doing turn by turn, and the decks come pre-sealed and in the correct order so that you can play through that first game. And if you want to later do that quick start game with someone, you can, the order of the cards is there, so you can recreate that. I don't know if you want to add anything about duels, but I'm really excited about it. If you want to try to win a copy, Katie in the comments below will post a link to how you can enter that.
And it's not like that these cards are not real Epic cards or not interesting. Like basically we made sure that they were easy to understand for new players, but they are really fun cards for advanced players as well. So you'll be able to, if you play a lot of Epic, you'll be able to add these duels cards right into your collection. If you played Epic Digital, you've seen them in there, and you know that these cards are, when you're drafting or whatever, and a duels card comes up, and it's going to be an interesting card. You're going to have a hard time choosing between picking it or one of the cards from the from one of the other sets. But really, the focus was make this set a nice on-ramp for new players into Epic, and easy to understand, and comes with basically everything you need for 2 players to play. And that first game, it walks you through and not only tells you what plays you're making, but it also tells you why you're making those plays and such. So it's a great little set. And yeah, you can win one for free this week.
We also have cool player aids. I'm a big fan of player aids. This is one of my favorite things about playtesting Epic. So it walks you through a turn flow, and it has the keywords on the back. Those of you who visit us at conventions know that we used to make our own and have them there, but we didn't have them to give out. You had to download them. So I'm excited about that too.
Yeah.
And the art's awesome too. Yeah. So, okay. So moving on to the Hero Realms app. Sure. So just before this, Rob wanted to add even a few more graphics. So Rob, you might have to help me out with which order you want these in.
Sure. So basically,
and I'm sorry, I'm screwing up here.
No problem. So basically, we, as you guys know, we've talked about on the stream multiple times, we have a Hero Realms app that our team is working on. Now it's not ready for public consumption yet. There's still lots of bugs and things that we're working through, but we're moving it toward the point where we'll be ready to do a beta with fans of the game, and you guys can help us work through those last bugs. But we're getting it to the point where it's ready to play. Something really exciting about this app, we wanted to make sure that we weren't basically just recreating the Star Realms app with Hero Realms. We want to give a different and new play experience for people. So basically, you can play your Star Realms app, and you can hop over and you can play your Hero Realms app. And there's reasons to play both. There's different things going on in the different apps. So one of the big things that we're focusing on in the Hero Realms app is the ability to level up your character, basically have a character in the app, level it up over time, and basically use the skill tree and all the treasures and such that we introduce in the Hero Realms campaign. So of course we've got the Hero Realms gameplay. This layout will look familiar to the Star Realms players, and we're doing things like when you have enough gold to acquire something, it glows, and all the same kinds of things that we do with the Star Realms app. You'll notice that you have your avatar in the corner, and there's those two glowing icons above it. Those are the things to activate the special abilities. For example, the Wizard's Fireball ability, or the Wizard's Meditate ability. And we're going to have different play modes. So we're going to have we'll have the campaign mode. You'll be able to play online versus people. Will have play versus the AI. And we're also going to have the pit fight mode and the pass and play mode. When you're playing online, you are going to select which of your characters you want to play with. So when you start up a game in Hero Realms, if you don't have any characters, you can click the Create New Characters, and you'll go to a screen where you're selecting which character you want to play, and you'll also be able to name your character. And then when you play that character online, you're going to gain experience points, and those experience points will go toward leveling you up. And you'll have both a player rating and a character level. So your player rating will be purely based on your win-loss records versus other people's ratings. So this will be like a chess elo rating, where this is a representation of your current skill level with this particular character based on your win-loss. So your rating will be different for each character. So if you've got a level 2 fighter that you started recently, it will have its rating based on your wins and losses with that fighter. If you have like a level 17 wizard, that character will also have its elo rating based on your win losses with that one. And so when we pair people up, we'll be pairing them based on their character's rating, not their level. So you may get paired up against someone lower level or higher level than you. But if you lose, your rating will go down. If you win, your rating will go up. And so we'll hopefully find the area where you have like a good matchup, a 50-50 matchup. So if someone's super skilled with the game, they might be able to pull off wins with a lower level character than someone who maybe isn't quite as skilled with the game. But either way, win or lose, you're going to gain experience points for your character and work your character toward level up. We're also going to have experience point bonuses if you get paired up against players who are higher level than you. So if you're like a level 2 and you get paired up against a level 10, there'll be an experience point bonus you'll get whether you win or lose. So even if you get a sort of a tougher matchup, you'll get an experience point boost to help move you along. We'll also have, of course, play versus the AI, and in that you'll be able to select, difficulty level. You'll be able to select what character you're playing, what character your opponent is playing.
Someone asked about boss mode. Rain games asked about boss mode. Would campaign be what you would Closest to.
So there will also be a campaign mode. We don't. We'll talk about that more on a future episode. But also want to talk a little bit about the pit fight mode. So pit fight is a kind of a fun little rapid leveling mode. In pit fight, you create a character just like you would for online play, and we'll have a pit fight for both versus the AI and pit fight for PvP. And when you play pit fight, you start out at level 1, and then when you play a game, if you win, so you'll get paired up against a different character of the exact same level as you in pit fight, and if you lose, that character's dead. You can't play that character anymore in pit fight. You have to start a new character for pit fight. But if you win, you level up, and you'll get the level up bonuses. The cards are actually backwards in this one, but you get the idea. Basically, your cards will improve. Sometimes you'll have choices of which card you want. You might gain health, etc., and your character will level up. Each and every match in the pit fight, if you win, you level up. So instead of having to gain experience points and level up over time, it's sort of rapid leveling. But with the if you die, your character's dead and you have to start a new character. Normally, when you're playing online or playing versus the AI, if you lose, no problem. You gain some experience. Your character's still alive. You can play another game, etc. And of course, we're going to have a campaign mode. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff there. We're going to save that for a future episode, because there's we're not quite ready for screenshots of that stuff. But so that is what we're working on with Hero Realms. Super excited about it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to
we have
drop them in.
A few questions.
May I have a couple in there?
Do you have a timeline? Of course, is one of the questions.
Sure. So basically, there's sort of two time frames to think about with this. There's the when will it be in the App Store, something that anybody can get, and then which rough guess, I would say that's probably about a year out. And then the other question is, when will it be available? When will we be able to open up the testing to more people? Kind of like what we did with the Epic Digital, where it was in alpha. That wasn't on the App Store, but people had it and were playing it, and helping us develop it along the way. That's sooner. Hard to get a firm number for that, but that's probably in the 3 to 6 months out time frame for basically having a version which we've debugged enough that it's ready for beta testing, where of course there will be more bugs, which those who want to join us in that fun chaos can help us come in and find those bugs. It's possible that we'll select people for that through a Kickstarter or some other method, but basically so the closed stuff will be relatively soon. That we'll be able to open it up.
Ancestry packs. Will the Hero Realms app have ancestry like Half Demon, which is Matt's favorite? So I also really like to play the demon. So
the answer is no and yes. So basically, there's obviously a lot in Hero Realms. We've got the ancestry stuff, which we've just added in Journeys, and then we've got a whole bunch of new content we've got for a Kickstarter coming up later this year. So for the what we're programming in right now, the Ancestry Pack is not part of that. However, the digital team knows that the Ancestry Pack is going to be coming to the app, and it's something that we will be adding. The Journeys content, stuff we'll be adding, the new character classes for the upcoming Kickstarter, stuff that will be added. So much like in Star Realms, how started out with the base set, and we added stuff, sets over time. And things like the legendary commanders are not in the game yet, but they are coming. Same thing with Hero. So for the initial version, we will not have the ancestry pack, but the ancestries will come to the Hero Realms app. So it's something that we're working towards.
We've got positive feedback on the matchmaking system. People like that. Like Brian mentioned that in Magic Online, sometimes it feels like people are throwing games so they don't lose their ranking. So that's positive. Yeah. How do you sign up for beta testing?
So we will make announcements here and elsewhere when we're ready for that. So it's possible. So we might do something like we did for Epic Digital, where we basically run a Kickstarter and say, hey, if you want to be part of the testing, pay X dollars and you'll join the Kickstarter, and you will get value worth of stuff once the final game comes out, and you'll have access. In the meantime, it's possible we'll do that. It's possible we'll do something through the community pages. Basically the quick answer to that is we're not sure yet. We haven't decided on what method we want. The goal will be to get a decent sized group of people who are well aware that they are dealing with the beta, and that and who are happy to do who enjoy the play, happy to do the bug reports, and okay that things that we're taking things offline and tweaking and and bringing it back up, etc. over time. So yeah,
and I would add that if you want to make sure you get those communications, obviously, like we talk about all of those types of things here every week on Tuesday, so you can always join or watch the replay of this. I don't know where you're watching this, but it is recorded and available on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube after the fact. But also we post big announcements like that on social media. We have a Hero Realms discussion group. We post, and we're now fairly active in Discord. Like when we post news, we also post it in the Discord channel. So some of you may be here because we posted that we're going to be sharing some of the stuff in Discord this morning. So that's something we've been doing more of. And then we also have our newsletter as well. So yeah, I think most of you are subscribed to that. But even that, I try to post a link to the newsletter on social media so that if you aren't getting it, you see it there. Yeah. So that's how you can keep on track. Do you plan on releasing physical Hero Realms products yearly, or does it take longer to develop?
So we plan on continuing to release stuff. Our timelines tend to be it's ready when it's ready. So it usually ends up taking a little bit longer than a year, and we also tend to work on groups of content at once. So for example, this last time we had the Ancestry pack, the Journey sets, and the campaign, the campaign set and new promo cards all sort of were worked on as a group and came out at a similar time. So it's a little bit of feast or famine there. But we have we are currently doing a similar thing now, where we are working on a new base set for Hero Realms, which would be compatible with the current set. So much like Colony Wars and the base Star Realms set can be played either separately or together. We're going to have the same kind of thing going on for Hero Realms. We've got new characters we're working on, new promo cards that we're working on, and the next chapter in the campaign. All that content is being worked on in Hero Realms right now by different team members. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff that's in the pipeline. If you divided the products over time, it would be more frequent than once a year. But basically, usually what happens is we're working on a bunch of stuff. It all gets ready about the same time, and then it all gets released. Usually through Kickstarter first, with some extra cool cookies for those who decide to go with the Kickstarter route, and then a little bit later, the retail content comes out.
So we had a couple comments that the stream's a little bit blurry and if someone's streaming Netflix at home. So I don't know if anyone's streaming Netflix, but we do have 6 other people in our household that are online in class or working right now. We have a large family.
And it's school from home.
And it's school from home. All of our kids are remote schooled. So we are making some changes and we're going to be switching to a different computer. We're in the process of rearranging our office here. So maybe even by next week, but pretty soon we'll be on a different computer, which hopefully will happen. I'm not sure if it's a hardware issue or a network issue, but the other computer will be hardwired in as well. So yeah, so sorry. Hopefully you can hear okay. And let's see, will there be a Kickstarter exclusive character class like the Half Demon?
Yeah, so the Kickstarter exclusive stuff that's Kickstarter exclusive in physical, generally speaking, that's just available in digital. So basically, the Half Demon will likely be available for play in the app for everyone. We may have some exclusive avatars or artwork, but we are unlikely to have Kickstarter exclusive play content within the app. It'll basically stuff that is Kickstarter exclusive for the physical world will just be in the app as something that people can access.
Okay, someone asked how many employees we have for that number. Those aren't our employees; those are our kids that are all online. Yeah, so number of employees. I mean, that really depends on how you look at it, but we have about between 10 and 15, depending, like if you're counting all of the part-time people, and then we also have a lot of artists and individual.
Yeah, and there's lots of contractors. Lots of artists who are just do work on contract. Programmers, companies that do work for our digital. Some of that's contracted to basically programming teams and such. So.
Okay, and then there's another question here. Someone said hardware. So ever since I got this new MacBook, it has no ports for anything. So we're gonna solve this problem. We haven't had this problem with the video before, so we'll solve this between now and next week. Will the HR app campaign match up with Ruin of Thandar Lost Village, or will it be something new? And if you want to wait till another time, don't feel like you have to go into great detail.
So I'm not going to go into detail on the campaign, but the answer is something new. So basically, it'll be a new play experience, and that's something I'll go into next time. But it's something that we are putting a lot of work into, and it's a big piece of the Hero Realms app. So I know there's a lot of people who really enjoy that, that kind of offline, play, and that's something that we're going to be focusing on quite a bit.
Yeah, someone asked about the Epic card game crossover from Tanara's Adventure. So this was a crossover we did with another game, and I recently actually sent them a message because someone else asked me about that to get more information on, we need some logistics of because we were going to create basically an epic card with, I think it was a dragon from their game, a piece of art from their game, based on a piece of art from their game, and they were doing something with epic in their game. So I don't have an update, but I will ping them again. I asked them some questions. They said they'll get back to me, but I will try to get an update. So I have one maybe by next week on that. But we would love to create a card with that dragon. We love dragons, so we're excited about that. I think we answered. I feel like there was a question about Legacy Sorcerer, and Peter's on. So I don't know if you have any comments on that. Do we plan to create a Legacy Sorcerer game? Have you thought about that at all? I'm sure Peter's.
Do not get Peter started. We have tons and tons of cool sorcerer stuff. In the pipeline. We'll be basically right now we're concentrating on getting your Endbringer content out to you, but there's Peter has all kinds of cool stuff in the works. So
no comment.
Well done, Peter. Well, good control.
Yeah. There was a question about, so Tabletopia. Is Hero Realms hard to learn on Tabletopia? Actually, I personally found Tabletopia easier to use than Tabletop Simulator. And you can use Tabletopia. You don't have to have Steam and have a Steam app. You can use it on a browser as well. I found it pretty easy to use. So I think there was the base game, and then you can choose whether you want to play with character packs. So if you add the character packs, it's a little more complicated. The one thing with the character packs is, like, if you zoom out, there's like a copy of every character pack for each player. So don't let that confuse you. It can look a little like, wow, there's so many characters here, but you kind of pick which one you want and drag it over, from what I recall. But, if people are interested, we can, do a live stream on that, like kind of like a Zoom thing where we talk through it, or do a Discord where we talk through it if people are interested, because I think on Tabletopia people can watch. But we can also schedule demos. So if someone's really interested and they can't figure it out, ping me or ask on Discord, and we can schedule like a one-on-one demo where people can join, because we've done that for virtual conventions, and we're happy to do that, but it is pretty easy. And Tabletop Simulator is also, pretty good, but you definitely need to learn the tips and the tricks for it. So, but I would say that our games are pretty easy to use compared to some of the others. So they're great starting points. Yeah. We have Kapow, and we have Sorcerer on Tabletop Simulator, and we have Hero Realms on Tabletopia. So if you're interested in Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator, I would say that these games are very easy, because I've tried other games which are like even way more complicated. So yeah. And then I think we have another couple pieces of art here. We had a lot to share today. Let's see.
So we've got the Druid. So basically,
let me get this comment off.
So this is one of the pieces of art for the beautiful, for the new Druid character. The Druid is really fun to play. You of course have you have animals in your animal companions in your starting deck. You have you actually have the ability to transform into animal form as your through special your sacrifice ability card, and obviously beautiful artwork. So the Druid is one of the new characters coming in our Hero Realms Kickstarter that we'll have coming in the next few months, and it's going to have, this Kickstarter will feature a new core set for Hero Realms, which you can play on its own or combined with the regular base set, just like Star Realms Frontiers or Star Realms base set, style. It will have new character classes, including Druid, which will be available in character packs, and it will also have adventure packs for those characters. So if you've played the campaign for Hero Realms, you know that in the Ruin of Thandar base set, you get a whole bunch of content for your characters to level them up. You've got skill trees with tons of cards to level up your special ability cards. There are magic items that you can find in the various things. And we wanted to make sure that these new characters, if you wanted to play them through the Ruin of Thandar campaign, you'd be able to. So if you want to do that, you get the character pack, and then you get the adventure pack for that character. And the adventure pack will contain that character's skill tree for all their skill and ability upgrades. Plus, it'll contain all the treasures that they could find through all 5 of the Thandar box sets. Of course, we only have 2 out currently. The third one is also going to be part of this this Kickstarter campaign. But basically, all the treasures you would need and all the skill and ability cards to level the character up from starting to maximum level would come in. It will come in the adventure pack. So it'll have new base set, new character classes, adventure packs for those characters, and we'll be continuing the continuation of the Rune of Thandar campaign series, all coming up in new Kickstarter for Hero Realms, and of course a bunch of Kickstarter exclusive promo cards. We'll have lots of cool promo cards and stretch goals, just like we did for the last two Hero Realms campaigns. And I know Hero Realms is super popular. I think this campaign will do great, and we'll unlock a whole bunch of awesome promos. And for people who back those Kickstarters, I think they'd agree those promo cards are pretty sweet. So,
all right, is that a rabbit on her shoulder?
Oh, I need to zoom.
Yeah, I can't tell from the small, but we will post, so we can post this piece of art on social media. So I will send the piece of art to Katie so we can get it posted around. She's barefoot in the forest, she's tough. And yeah, I think the nice thing about Hero, and so many people play it with their family members, which we love to hear. So someone was saying their wife will be happy to play a druid. And let's see, we have one more. So Tom Vassell reached out to me. They run a Kickstarter, I don't know if it's once a year, twice a year, for the Dice Tower, and asked if we would be, willing to help support them. And, we always are happy to support them. Yep. And we've done quite a few Dice Tower promo cards in the past, which you can only get through the Dice Tower Kickstarter. And I actually said to him, hey, do you want to be on a card? Because he isn't on one of our cards. And he graciously was like, well, maybe someone on my team. How about Z? And so introducing our first mercenary hero, Captain Garcia.
Yeah. And this card is pretty sweet. 3-cost hero card. When you, as with all heroes, when you acquire it, goes directly into play. This guy doesn't do anything when you purchase him, only when you send him on a mission by sacrificing him, and gives you 5 combat, plus you get to choose a faction, and you count as having a card of that faction in play that turn. So really awesome mercenary ability, that standard mercenary ability of being able to team up with any faction, but in hero form. So basically this, you can lock in and know for sure you're going to be able to activate an ally ability when you want to with this one. So really sweet promo card. So if you feel like supporting the Dice Tower, you can hop over there on, I think their Kickstarter starting tomorrow. I'm not sure.
It launches at noon today. So
today.
They started teasing it out. So we haven't posted this card on social media yet because I want to wait till the Kickstarter is live to help them promote their Kickstarter. So once their Kickstarter is live, we'll share this, in the fan created page and such, and we'll provide a link. So if people are interested in backing, they can. And of course, I'm going to ask, how do I get your promo cards? So these promo cards are a little bit unique because they're, Dice Tower specific. What we have done with these in the past is they're exclusive to the Kickstarter, but Dice Tower is okay with us later, making them available. So we have made them available, for example, on the Board Game Geek store where you can buy them. We've used them for giveaways. So how we're doing the weekly giveaways, we'll do promo cards some of the time as well. And some of these,
and a few years down the road, basically all promo cards, whether they be from Kickstarters or from conventions or promotions like this, could potentially end up with new artwork and in something like promo pack 1. So might be in a few, basically the new artwork down the road in a pack available in stores. But for the cool original art and early access, you can get them through that.
And someone said this Kickstarter coming up will be their first Kickstarter. How do they get our other promo cards? So for example, this is the promo card pack from this past Journey's Hero Realms Kickstarter. So if you missed our Kickstarter promo packs, this actually isn't the whole thing. This is the whole thing. So it's a lot. So these are all the stretch goals that everyone unlocked.
Yeah.
And so if you are interested in getting those cards, well, there is like a secondary market. So sometimes you can buy them on like the Game Steward or, on eBay and things like that. We also have a channel for trading cards in our Discord server as well.
But the best way to get them
Go ahead, Rob.
The best way to get them is by basically. And all of our Kickstarters will allow you to get Kickstarter exclusive promos from previous Kickstarters as an add-on. So basically, it will have whether for any of our, you can just back any of our games in the future, and then you can look back and in the Pledge Manager, you'll be able to add on promo packs from previous Kickstarters. Of course, you have to buy them, but they are available on the Kickstarter.
Like wanted that toy, and now she's going crazy with it. Let's see. Okay, so I also wanted to mention on the Z Garcia card that if you like how that card looks and you're like, oh wow, how do I get on a promo card? One way is to play in our tournaments. So we run Legend Series tournaments, and we had been running them historically at major conventions. So we're not yet sure when the next major conventions are going to be, but we're expecting and probably.
Hold on a second, sorry.
Just throw that squeaky toy out the door. She's gonna run after it. I made the mistake of touching it when I was reaching over here for cards. So I don't have dates for you yet, but we are looking at it. We're looking at doing a tournament, hopefully in the fall timeframe at convention. So I expect soon to be able to share dates with you on conventions, in the U.S. and maybe at Essen. I need to look into if we could do a tournament at Essen, but we expect that there'll be a U.S. based convention in the fall timeframe and Essen in Europe. So that will likely be the next time we run an in-person. Obviously, it's going to be dependent on vaccines and it being a safe environment for everyone involved. So we'll see, but if that doesn't happen, we will run online tournaments, in the fall timeframe as well, maybe sooner.
I see a question if add-ons cause extra shipping charges. Yes, but they're pretty minor. Well, I mean, it depends on what it is. If you get an add-on of a giant storage box, that can add significantly to your shipping, but a promo pack doesn't add much to the shipping cost, like $1 or something to the shipping cost. So not a big additional expense.
Will there also be Sam on a card? Well, I mean, he's gonna have to win a Legend Series. No, maybe. This came up, and we had a somewhat short turnaround time to get them back. I mean, he contacted me, I think, in December or November about the promo card for. So in this case, we did a single person on the card, but we do a promo card for. We do many promo cards every year, so it's possible Sam will also eventually get onto a promo card.
Yeah. And we do Essen. Someone's asked about Essen. We do Essen every year. Obviously, this last year, it all got shut down. But yeah, we love coming to Germany for Essen.
Oh yes, and, if it's happening
we'll
and
be
it's
there,
safe to travel, we will be there. So, and we usually like to spend a little bit of time there as well. In addition to being at the convention, we really enjoy going to Germany. And we have an awesome German team, people that help us. So we Rob and I go. Peter usually goes as well. He lives in Slovakia, but we have an amazing team of people that are local Germans that come every year and help us at the booth, and we have a lot of fun. So if it's happening, we will. The Essen team hasn't reached out to me yet with details yet, but they said they're thinking that it's going to happen in the fall timeframe, and I've started looking at see if we can get refundable hotel rooms and things like that, so we can start planning for that. Let's see, come to Canada too. Well, we like Canada as well. Greetings from Germany. Hello. Oh, there was a question about this. If we do an alt art reprint of a real person's art card, do we still try to maintain the picture of the person? Like, could Z end up on two? Yes.
Yeah. So basically, when we do an alt art, we'll try and feature the same, if it's a card which
on this
so
one.
basically sometimes people will win a promo, win a legend series, or in some other way, get on a card, and they'll end up on a promo card, which maybe it's Kickstarter exclusive, so it has a smaller audience, less people are seeing it. But nothing. But it's not a bad thing, because when that card gets new artwork and gets into into a promo pack, then they get another version of themselves on a card. So we'll when we make a new version, we will try and feature the same person if we can. Sometimes we'll have like a celebrity on a card, and it's a limited permission to to use it just for one printing or something, in which case if we redid the card, we would have to use different people on it. But yes.
Yeah, so a question about Crisis. So we have actually several products that are out of print right now, and I'm personally and other people on the team spending a lot of our time getting all those back in stock. So and we've been adding to the team. We now have a project manager on the team, so we want to fix this so that we're not out of print on things. Crisis has been out of print for a while, and I expect it's actually it's being printed. It's in the process of being printed right now. We expect to get final production samples at the end of January for the Crisis reprint. So because of the February shutdown for the holiday, I would expect, I'm thinking it's March, April timeframe when we get the Crisis in, and then it needs to go out to distribution into retail. And I don't actually know if we have a pre-order on our website, but we can put up a pre-order on our web store. So if you want to pre-order it from us, as soon as it gets in, we can ship those out as well. But we are in the process of reprinting that and a couple other things, and also printing things that we know we're going to be out of stock of. Sleeves are also being printed right now, and we'll be back in stock in the next couple of months as well. Yeah.
So we sets like that, we don't never run out permanently. We will reprint them, just take some time to get them back in stock.
Rob, who do you want to be on a Star Realms card? Blob. Nice. Blob.
Nice.
But I think the mercenary, that Merc hero is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah.
So, okay, any last questions? That was all we had to share. I think it was a lot today. Someone wants to play me on stream. Yeah, just ping me. I'll play you on stream. Oh, you mean you want me streaming on our stream? I thought you meant you were streaming and you want to play me. Yeah, I'll get on there sometime. Yeah. Rob, will you give me a turn, Rob?
Sure, yeah, you can hop on.
Thursday or something.
Tomorrow is, I believe Darwin is going to be streaming. So if you want to get beaten up by Darwin Castle, you can jump on the Star Realms
Maybe next week I'll come in and kick you out of your chair.
Hop in. Yeah.
Did you say classes as in plural? I'm not sure what that was.
Oh, for the Hero Realms upcoming Kickstarter, yeah, there's more than just the Druid. There will be many new classes in the upcoming Hero Realms Kickstarter. So there's and we'll be spawning those over time here on the stream.
Will you ever do character profiles for Hero Realms?
Character profiles?
I'm not sure if that means like a character sheet, like where you track all your stuff, or if that means lore about the characters. So yeah, if you can give us more details on exactly what you're looking for. We did have a character sheet that we had that was printable. It's still on the website that's printable if you want to keep track of where you are in terms of your skills and things. Oh, promos. Oh, it was just a typo. So character promos. So for the characters.
So
character pack maybe.
So we have the Kickstarter exclusive Half Demon. It's possible we'd have a Kickstarter exclusive character in the future. As far as Kickstarter, as far as promo content specifically for the characters, We had magic items in the first Hero Realms campaign, which were for the various classes. So that's the kind of thing that is possible, that could come up in future campaigns or at conventions, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but like the more I hear about the app, it makes me want to play more PvP with the actual characters that already exist and all the skill and like the special cards. Like there's a ton of special cards that exist in Ruin of Thandar and the Lost Village that you can use with the 5, existing characters.
And all that stuff, all that existing content has both PvP and campaign versions, and that's where basically we're getting all this cool content for the app. So if you're playing physical Hero Realms and you want to mix things up, basically each player gets a certain number of skill points to spend on their skill tree, a certain number of random magic items, and you can have some cool games with leveled up characters in Hero Realms with the physical version, and of course soon we'll have that for you in digital form, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, me too. So with the new characters, so we have 5 today, and then we had the half demon. Well, actually, the half demon wasn't.
Yeah, the half demon is
ancestry. Yeah. So I guess we're getting ahead of ourselves there. With the new characters classes that are coming out, will you be able to play with more than 5 players?
Oh yeah. So basically, there are rules in the game for up to 6 players in various PvP modes. The physical campaign is designed for 1 to 5 players, and that design won't be changing. So basically, you won't be able to add a 6th player to your party. Just as obviously, in theory, you could do it, but basically, the game isn't really designed for that number of people. So basically, for the campaign style play in the physical game, the cap will still be 5. But if you wanted to play like a 3v3 or Emperor in physical with everybody having characters, you absolutely can.
Will the Hero Realms characters be based on the fan-made classes? So I think what you're referring to is there's 2 different things you could be referring to. One is we had a poll where, so basically the team, was working on this whole concept, and they were like, okay, this is what we're thinking we do. And we said, well, maybe let's go to the community and see if they have ideas and what their thoughts are on what characters they would like to see. And so we did a poll, and people could add options. And as a result of that poll, the list of the 5 characters that were going to be made, actually, it did change. So I'm not going to tell you what they all are right now, because otherwise we'll have no content for a future live stream. But the list did change based on the feedback from that poll. So based on feedback of what people in the community were interested in, and what got the most votes, we were like, oh yeah, So I don't know if you want to comment more on that.
Yeah, no, that's
and then we
perfect.
also on Hero Realms in the discussion group have a Facebook RPG, which has been going on, which is a fan community driven story where each week, or maybe it's a couple times a week, we post a bit of a story, and then fans vote on what the character does. Out of that, there'll be a card made. That's not a character per se, but it'll be a champion in the game as well. So we're going to be making a champion based on that character's story. Sure. Maybe more than 1 card. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Will you make more bosses?
Oh, there will likely be more boss decks in the future. We don't have any bosses in this upcoming Kickstarter, but the boss decks are super fun. With the Dragon and Lich are really great play experiences. So more bosses, I'm sure, will be in the future of Hero Realms.
And then there was a question about the Deluxe Nova box. This also, a question similar to this came in through support. Now that the Deluxe Nova box is like a large box which holds a lot of stuff in it, does that mean I don't need the universal storage box? And the answer is no. I mean, the answer is no, in that the Deluxe Nova Collection storage box is a bigger box, but it fits all the sets that come in the Deluxe Nova collection, but it's not big enough.
There is extra
maybe you can
room,
comment, but is
so-
it big enough for an entire Star Realms collection?
Basically, Star
All
Realms
right,
is
you're
a
gonna tell me I'm wrong, maybe. I
continuously
don't know.
growing thing. So there isn't as much room in the Deluxe Nova as there is in the Universal Storage. But as you know, if you have the Universal Storage box has a lot more room than you need for Star Realms. So basically, I believe you could. I'd have to check this to be sure, so don't bank on it right now. But I think you could probably contain all the Star Realms content with sleeves in the Deluxe, in this amount of space in the Deluxe Nova. But eventually that will run out. So if you have the Deluxe Nova collection and you wanted to use it as your storage box to move your collection around, you could. I imagine a lot of people will want to have the Deluxe Nova collection for their foil cards and have the regular set separately. But however you want to do it is good.
And we will keep coming out with new sets.
And we will keep coming out with new sets. So basically, so if you had both, you probably think you'd probably be happy you had both. If you just have the Deluxe Nova collection, want to keep your collection in there, that works too. So you'd have a mix of foil and non-foil cards if you did that, because the Deluxe Nova doesn't have, it has the basically first year's worth of content in foil.
Yeah, and I mean, for me personally, like when we travel to conventions, like when we go to Essen, we bring like a couple of these the universal storage boxes, and we'll put like, so sometimes I'll put like Star Realms and Hero Realms in one box, or like other card games that I want to bring with me, or my business. Like they're great like storage boxes, generally speaking. So if you have additional like small box games that you need, I need to put this somewhere, you could put them in there as well.
Yeah, with the universal storage boxes, we really tried to make it so that it would have plenty of room for growth over time. We didn't want to have people, like a year or 2 years down the road, be like, oh, I guess I need to buy the even bigger storage box. We wanted to just give you just tons and tons of room in there. So the universal storage box has room for,
yeah, it is considerably bigger. And someone asked, someone said they can't get their hands on it yet. Where was it? Game Freak. But so we're also reprinting the Star Realms. So I talked earlier about how certain things were out of stock. So the Star Realms Universal Storage box is being reprinted. Yep. And, when it's available, go directly into retail. And I think that's I don't want to say March time frame, but we will probably within the next week have something I can share with you that will show you our retail schedule for those products. We've been working on a schedule that we can share publicly with those dates.
And of course, worldwide shipping is kind of a mess right now with various COVID lockdowns in various places and et cetera. So things may take a little bit longer, but yeah, it is on the way.
All right. So, Sorcerer Endbringer, I don't know if you have an update on that, but someone asked. So the date, someone commented that the date on the Kickstarter said, I think May 21st, but we had said July 21st. Somewhere they had read July 21st. So we cannot update the Kickstarter date. So if a date does change in an update on a Kickstarter, the date on the actual Kickstarter page is still going to say estimated delivery. We can't change that. So you shouldn't use that as a guideline. So
basically the quick answer is, I won't have hard dates for a while because we're still finalizing files. Those are going to be going into the printer. Printer's going to, print them. Hopefully, hopefully the printing process goes quickly and smoothly. But we are currently on track for the scheduled summer delivery. But it's all, our philosophy is, take the time necessary to get it right. So if we, as we're continuing to do our testing stuff, if we're like, oh man, this part isn't right, we need to fix it, we'll take however much time it needs to fix it and get it right. But right now, knock on wood, super happy with how everything's playing. Artwork's looking great. We're getting the files ready. Basically doing a lot. We have to do like templating and and tweaking of the wording and such to make sure everything's consistent with our previous stuff. But the sorcerer stuff is coming along beautifully. Peter's done amazing work on it. It's really fun and so much beautiful stuff. So I'm, I can't wait for you guys to get it. I think you'll be blown away. It is just super, super cool. But yeah, that's where we're at on the sorcerer stuff.
Thank you, everyone. I think we're
you
about out of time. And everyone, thank you for staying on for all this time. And yeah, we're excited to get this new stuff out to you over time.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.